The cave mouth opened like a wound in the side of the cliff. High above the salt river, the air was thin, bitter with dust. The sound of boots scraping against rock echoed down the canyon walls as soldiers climbed steadily upward. Below them, the river shimmered in the winter sun. Above, nothing moved, just that gaping hole in the red stone, black as night. They knew someone was in there. The scouts had seen smoke days before, drifting from cracks in the cliff face, footprints in the ash, bits of animal hide, discarded bones. All signs pointed to the same thing. Somewhere inside Skeleton Cave, the last free band of Yavapai and Tonto Apache had taken refuge. It was December 28, 1872, and the man leading the mission was Colonel George Crook. Crook was a seasoned veteran, cold, calculating, and relentless. His orders were clear: drive the tribes onto reservations or destroy them. The frontier had no place left for those who refused. This winter campaign was brutal by design. Crook led his men into the mountains with little food, no shelter, and no mercy. It was a war of attrition. Ambushes, burnings, forced surrenders. One village at a time. By the time they reached the Salt River Canyon, his scouts had already located the target. A detachment of soldiers, scouts, and civilian volunteers, many from the Pima tribe, crept through the brush under the cover of night. The cave lay hidden in a sheer rock wall, reachable only by a narrow ledge and a deadly climb. Anyone inside had nowhere to run. Crook wanted it that way. As the canyon turned gray with dawn, the first shots rang out. There was no warning, no demand for surrender. Just the crack of rifles and the thunder of echoes bouncing off the rock. Inside the cave, panic spread. Women screamed, children cried. Men rushed to the mouth with old muskets and bows, only to be mowed down where they stood. The soldiers didn't storm the cave. They surrounded it, above, below, on both sides, and rained fire from the cliffs. The sound was deafening. Smoke choked the entrance. The few warriors inside fought back as best they could, but their weapons were no match. Some tried to flee down the ledge. They were shot mid-step, their bodies tumbling into the canyon. Others stayed. Inside the shadows, entire families huddled together. They clutched each other, waiting for the end. Bullets tore through the stone. Ricochets sparked off the walls. A few tried to dig deeper, to press into the rear of the cave where the light couldn't reach. But there was no escape. For hours, the gunfire continued. By afternoon, silence fell. The soldiers entered cautiously, stepping over pools of blood and broken bodies. What they found in the cave wasn't a battlefield. It was a tomb. Dozens of men, women, and children lay still in the dust. Some had been crushed in the panic, others shot while clinging to their families. Infants were found in their mothers' arms. Estimates vary, but most agree at least 76 people were killed that day, possibly more. Not a single soldier died. The army didn't bury the dead. They left them there, deep in the shadows of the cave. Over the years, travelers would stumble across the remains, skulls gnawed by time, bones scattered by animals, arrowheads rusted to dust. The name stuck. Skeleton Cave. News of the massacre didn't make headlines. It wasn't considered news at all. Just one more step in a larger campaign of conquest. One cave, one tribe, one winter morning. Crook was praised for his efficiency. The government hailed it as progress. But the Yavapai did not forget. To them, Skeleton Cave became sacred, a place of mourning and memory, where the dead were never properly laid to rest, a reminder of the price they paid for refusing to be erased. Today, the cave still exists, hidden in the cliffs above the Salt River. It's difficult to reach, just like it was in 1872. But some still make the journey. They climb the rocks, stand at the mouth, peer into the darkness, and listen. Sometimes, they say, you can still hear it. The wind through the stones, the echoes of gunfire, the silence of the dead. Thank you for listening to Deserted Trails. Subscribe for more forgotten stories from the old frontier.